15-year-old Kate probably wouldn't believe that I'd be sitting here talking to you today about the church and World Youth Day and the impact it had on my life. I was going through a time where I was the 15-year-old in class that argued with the RE teacher about faith and the relevance of the Catholic Church in my life. I didn't really think that the church could offer me anything as a young woman. So I went to World Youth Day out of curiosity, but also because I wanted to probably see what the big deal was about and laugh at people, call them names, maybe meet a boy that was thinking the same thing as me. And I heard that there'd be lots of protesters, so I thought, why don't I go and see what they say and help fuel my anti-church feelings? And my experience surprised me. So I was with a couple of friends, and on our way to the race course, there were lots of pilgrims going with little kids, and they were all singing joyful songs on the train, and we were there with our little, rap music, trying to be a bit provocative and laughing at them praying the rosary in some carriages. And I kept looking out for these protesters and I couldn't see any. So we kind of just got swept up in it, walking along, talking to people. It felt like the Olympics, very unifying. It was quite a good vibe. So we just kind of went along with it. And I don't know if we expected that we'd go to Mass, but we ended up at the race course. And people were just waking up because I think there'd been an event the night before. And so I looked around and going, oh yeah, the church is so alive. Like everyone's tired and exhausted. But as people started waking up, there were people running around with their flags and taking photos, and everyone was young. And there were people there my age. And it got a bit confronting because here I was, this 15-year-old who had the whole world worked out, that the church had nothing to offer me, that all these priests, and particularly the Pope, he doesn't know what I'm going through as a young woman in today's world. So I felt very challenged seeing women my age embrace what was going on around them. And I started catching the excitement that these people had. So helicopters started swirling around, and that everyone was like, oh my gosh, the Pope's coming, like he's close. And I started feeling a little bit excited. And I'm like, why are you excited? Like, you have said many times that you really, really don't like this man, that he stands for everything that you are against. I knew how to shut down a Catholic when they talked about God. I knew how to give my feminist argument of why the church had nothing for me. All of a sudden, I can just remember that the Pope had arrived. And I just ran to the barriers with everyone else. And I was first at the barrier. And as I'm running, I'm like, why are you running? Like, you don't like this guy. But I got first to the barrier and I spotted the Pope. And I still kind of get shivers about it because I did feel what I can now identify as the Holy Spirit. But at the time, I felt this peace and awe and wonder come over me. And I started to think that maybe I needed to go and seek God out because I'd done so much in my life to shut him away. And I tried so hard to put up those barriers against him that I felt like, well, he probably doesn't really like me that much, but I'll go and find him and maybe try and get God to like me. So without World Youth Day, I don't know if I would be married to the man I'm married to, or have worked in the amazing organisations I've worked for, or have done mission in the places I've done mission. I don't know if I'd be here today at all, really, because it's been my relationship with God that's got me through some of the hardest times in my life. If you look at my life as a timeline, there's a big red dot where World Youth Day happened because that set me on a course. And I don't know, let's not limit God. Like, who knows? I could have met him some other way. But the timeline of meeting God and things happening in my life that could have derailed me as a young person, God's timing is amazing, and people's yes to putting on that huge event is just incredible.